What's good? I go by the name DopeSomething. Welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome back to the channel if you are OG. This is gonna be my Black Myth Wukong after beating it, whatever recap, whatever you want to call it type video. Currently, as y'all can see in the gameplay, I'm doing one of the challenges that you get in New Game Plus. So there are gonna be some secret bosses in here if you don't want to see it. I suggest you skip through these segments. The secret bosses are Erlang. Erlang, the Buddhist, the green beret Buddhist, and somebody else. Anyway, back into what the actual video is about. So after playing Wukong, being frustrated severely, etc., I have grown to love this game very dearly. It took me a little bit, but it was one of those games where you get your hands on it, you just can't stop. It's like you getting your ass beat so bad, but they dangle that win in front of you, so you know you can win. It's just you just gotta perfect your gameplay, and I love that about Black Myth Wukong. And unfortunately, after playing this game and trying to go back, as y'all know, I'm playing Live the P right now. In case y'all didn't know that. Playing games like that, it really showed me that Black Myth Wukong was such a delicate treat in like the Souls-like quote-unquote game style of play. It was refreshing, and I can't wait for the following ups. But let's get it more into it about what it was that really drew me to playing Black Myth Wukong. Because I paid for this game. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. As y'all know, I got this bitch on discount though. I got like what, $15 something off. It was on like 20% sale. Whatever it was, but I heard so many glorious things about this game. I had no choice but to, get my feet wet, dive into it. I'm trying to think about the cons. I like to do the pros and cons of this game. But I guess let's start with the cons. There really aren't that many, but I feel like it's something to talk about. The cons are, which depending on who you are, depends on how you may look at this. This is really a get good type of game. This shit is not fucking easy. And if you make a mistake, as in your button mashing and your combos, whatever the case may be, you will get punished severely and heavily. Cause in certain attack chains, you can't just start the chain and dodge at any moment. There are certain key points in the middle of your combo where you can dodge, or they got something called the variety combos where you can phase through attacks, but you have to time it just right. You'll see me do it a couple times throughout this video, where I'll glow white and just phase through an attack. But the con is, this shit is not friendly. I will say they made it simpler, so it is kind of beginner friendly, but some of these fights are catered to you learning your enemy, and if you don't learn them, yeah, you're not gonna have a good fucking time. Some of these bosses I was stuck on for shit. I think the boss that really had me stuck for a good little minute was the Daoist, because I didn't have the artifact relic for him. So I think he took me about a day or two to beat him, as well as the last boss, which is the Great Sage, the broken shell Wukong. His ass put me through the fucking ringer. But again, you gotta learn your characters, as well as I will say certain bosses require certain different strategies, so they will have you switching up your your play style a little bit. But to the pros, because I ain't gonna lie, this game is purely fucking mainly pros for me. Combat is fucking satisfying as hell. The perfect dodge system they ended up adapting. If you dodge at just the right time before the attack basically hits you, or like when it connects with you, you'll perfect dodge out the way, which gives you focus back, which is that little yellow bar at the bottom right of the screen you can see, as well as increases your attack depending on your perks and stuff you got on. So the combat is fucking marvelous, and they give you 3 stances. Smash, which is like the main stance you see me using, where I can phase through attacks, so on and so forth. There's a pillar stance, which kind of uses like the staff to go up in the air and dodge around and shit like that. And then there's a thrust stance, which is used mainly to keep your distance, to poke at range, so on and so forth. And because I think one of the best things that they did in this game was they allow you to switch your build at any time as long as you access a shrine. And when I say your builds, obviously there's skill points in this game. The more enemies you kill, you gain will and experience. Every experience point, like every level you go up, which is not hard to get experience either, by the way. Every experience point you get, you can put it towards your skill tree. And at any time, if like let's say if I put all my points into Cloud Step, which is that then lets me go invisible, and I wanted to put in a Rock Steady, I can go to a shrine and hit reallocate sparks, and I can take all the points out of Cloud Step and put them into Rock Steady for free. Like, you can do this as many times as you want. So if you make a mistake in your build or you want to try something different, they do not penalize for you. If anything, they welcome you to try new builds, new features, new weapons, so on and so forth. And as far as the weapons go in this game, when I say, so they have, I want to say 4 or 5 main skill trees in this game for different weapons. But each weapon has a different unique perk to it, as well as the armor sets. Of course, you can mix and match armor sets, but some of them require you to have all 4 pieces of the armor set. Some of them have 5, so you got to use the special weapon with it too. And a lot of them, though, are 2 pieces of armor. So as long as you have 2 pieces of armor in that set, then you'll get one of the bonuses for the weapon set. And then, you know, you can mix and match pieces. I love how they did that because it really adds a unique type of playstyle, as well as some armors are spec'd for defense. Like you can see here, I'm wearing the Iron Bull set. I'm using basically a tank type of build. That way I can take hits and gain more focus before I get hit. But there are some weapons like the Yakusha set, which is like you get from the Yakusha King. The lower your health gets, the more damage you deal. And then, but they also have a perk to it that after you take a certain amount of damage, or like you deal double damage, but you take double damage too. So, you know, a given trade-off, as well as there's special ones for lightning attacks, so on and so forth. But the main thing I'm trying to get at is they did a spectacular job of making a variety of weapons that you can use. Builds, like you got a poison build, venom build, you know, so on and so forth. Amazing job. I love how they did it, and they really make it so you can replay the game playing a different play style. And another thing that they added is you can't get everything in one playthrough. I don't know if I would list it as a pro or a con, because they kind of force you to replay the game. If you want to fully maximize and have everything in this game, you have to at least play it 3 times. And I'm going to say that loosely. That's 3 times if you literally do everything in the game. Some of the shit, like hidden areas and stuff that's damn near hard as fuck to find, especially on your first playthrough, you're probably not going to get it. So, me personally, it took me 4 playthroughs to get everything in the game. And that's because actually, I'm going to say it took me 5 playthroughs, if we're going to be technical, because of the way the artifact system works. So, the artifacts in this game, you get 1, we're going to say skill point every time you beat one of the main chapter bosses. They give you 1 skill point. There are 3 upgrades to each artifact, which means you have to beat those 3 bosses 3 different times on new playthroughs. Now, they do have a continue the journey button, which is, you know, new game plus. So after you beat that boss and one playthrough, you can new game plus it, beat them again, and get the second artifact point. Again, there's 3 of them in each section. Now here's the kicker: there's a secret boss, which is Erlang Shin, which I end up fighting him in this, as y'all already seen. Erlang, he's the 6th quote unquote relic that, you know, has 3 skill tree points as well. My first playthrough, I never even found Erlang, because you have to beat every secret brawl. Damn, come on, tongue, relax. Every secret boss in every area, and then go back to fight Erlang before you beat the final boss. Or you can beat the final boss of the game, hit continue your journey before you make a new game plus, and then go back and beat him and have to beat the last boss again. Depends on how you want to do it. But that's how you unlock the Wukong stance, which you end up using at the end of the game. But you only get to use that stance for a minute upon activating like his 4th mega charge, which I thought was stupid. I don't agree with how they did the Wukong stance. I get it though, because it is, you know, powerful and strong as hell. But the fact that you have to beat the game 3 times before you even unlock that stance. By the time you get it, you probably already did everything in the game. So what's the point of having this strong ass stance that you're probably never even gonna use? But that's not a here or there. That's kind of like a personal opinion. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I think the majority of people thought it was fucking stupid how you had to beat it 3 times and get the secret ending, which again takes a lot to do. Me speed rushing this game, it probably took me, we'll say, anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour per chapter of me purely speed running. If you're actually playing through the chapter, like doing everything, it'll probably, each chapter probably take you about an hour or 2, give or take, to beat it. Maybe a little bit longer depending on, you know, how good you are, so on and so forth. But I platinumed this game. It took me 60 hours. Yeah, about 60 hours to fully platinum the game and get everything in it. My first playthrough took me 50 hours, give or take, to beat the game. And then the second, you know, follow-up playthroughs with me basically just bull rushing the content. Because I took my time to fully explore everything that I could in this game. But to sum it up kind of ish, as far as what would I rate this game and how do I feel about it, and you know, all that. If y'all already couldn't tell, I love this fucking game. Amazing Souls-like combat, whatever you want to consider a game. I'm glad they're making more installments to this. Obviously it's not more, you know, Wukong, but it is Black Myth, so you know, Zongu is supposed to be up next. The studio who made this game is supposed to be making, you know, probably all of the Chinese deities, so on and so forth. But I would rate this game out of 10. I would definitely give it a hard, probably I'll say a 9. I say a 9. Maybe not out of 10. And that's only because of the repetitiveness that it can be and unlocking certain things. But you're definitely get your money worth out of this game. For sure, you're gonna get enjoyment out of the combat. You will get frustrated. That's kind of part of the game. And it caters to nobody. The game developer said get good or basically just get fucked. So I do love that about the game. And of how many different playstyles and stuff it was. Another con that I didn't mention is the transformations. I don't like how you're limited to only one transformation out of there's like 52 transformations and you can only use one at a time. I think that's also stupid. But all in all, I love this fucking game. Definitely recommend it to anybody who plays it. But I go by the name DopeSomething. Make sure y'all leave a like, comment, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Dope is back again. I will see y'all in the next video, whatever I may make.